Right. So we've started our soil erosion lab in class. Those of you that are not in class, you were given a video of what we're attempting to do in class, so you kind of have an idea. But we are going to move on into learning targets 13 through 15, which is going to deal with soil erosion. And we've kind of hit on this quite a bit already to this point, but we're really going to focus on different types of erosion, some vocab terms that go with it, and be able to relate uh, technical information to what we witness happening in class or in the video that you watch. So, what is soil erosion? Well, this is a process by which soil is removed. Now, remember, we've said this that when soil is eroded or it's lost, it could become a pollutant in certain areas, whether that be in the air or in water sources. Uh, Another negative effect or effect of erosion is the land where that soil came from will lose its fertility because typically the topsoil is what's going to be eroded away. And remember, when we talked about the soil profile, those top two layers, A and O, are the most important layers as far as nutrients are concerned for production of crops or growing anything in general. Vegetation and other coverings help prevent soil erosions, whether it be absorbing water or root systems which hold the soil in place. Could also knock down the amount of wind that's affecting the area, and we'll talk about some of those when we get to management techniques. So, accelerated erosion removes topsoil at an excessive rate, and it is usually the result of human activity on the land. So this could be construction or plowing, anything that kind of disturbs or destroys vegetative life. And this also can cause the soil to lose fertility as well. The erosion is caused by many different weather factors, such as wind, water, and glacial movement. When land is cleared of protected covering, it is much more susceptible to erosion. When we talk about protective coverings, we talk about some type of vegetative uh, plants or vegetation rather. So the erosion process involves three distinct steps. The first step is the loosening of the soil particles, whether it be man-made or naturally done. Second step is the moving of those loose particles. And the third is the deposition of the soil particles into a new area. Two main types of erosion. Wind erosion is a loss of soil due to the movement of wind over the land. It usually occurs when climates or in dry climates when the soil is already loose because of the lack of moisture. Wind erosion can occur on newly plowed fields, construction sites cleared by large equipment, or land where vegetation has been grazed too short. Another type is water erosion. This is a loss of soil due to water movement. It is a major cause of soil loss in North America. Water erosion occurs when excess rainfall creates runoff that carries soil away. Runoff occurs when rain falls faster than it can be absorbed in the soil for whatever reason, whether it's the type of soil or how wet the soil is, or coverings on the ground. Water runoff carries soil particles into streams and rivers, which causes water pollution. Sediment is the deposition of soil at the bottom of streams, riverbeds, and ditches. Saltation occurs when wind lifts medium-sized soil particles into the air. They are too heavy to remain in suspension, so they fall to the ground, loosening other soil particles. This process will continue to repeat itself as long as the wind is acting on the area. So suspension occurs when very small soil particles become airborne and enter the main air stream. They are carried in the same general direction as the wind, and because the soil particles are small, they remain in suspension. Make sure I didn't skip a slide. Nope. Okay. All right. So surface creep occurs when saltation takes place. The soil particles that are too heavy to be moved by saltation are moved along the surface by the impact of soil particles being displaced by saltation. So the pushing, basically, the wind pushing soil to a different area. So going back to water erosion, there's three kinds of water erosion. The first one is sheet erosion, which result when thin layers or sheets of soil are worn away. This occurs nearly on nearly level land or on sloping land. If muddy water is moving off a field, sheet erosion is occurring. It may go unnoticed since no channels form. What I mean by channels is gullies or new ditches formed. You're just losing entire layers. It may be problematic as erosion that is more apparent. Next type is real erosion, and this is usually occurs on sloping land where small channels are formed by running water. The signs of real erosion can be masked by normal tillage practices. So these little, some people call them ditches, are an example of real erosion. Gully erosion occurs when rills continue to wash away and become more severe. It is more likely on steeper slopes and cannot be smoothed by normal tillage practices. That is the end of this learning target. So be sure you complete the video that goes with this. If you have questions, let me know. And we will continue in class. The soil erosion lab is a week-long process. I know virtual learners will just watch the video. It's about 8 minutes, give or take. So keep that in mind as I reference things in these videos this week. If you need anything, let me know. Thank you.